What are we doing today? What are we doing today? I am on my way to the job, but I got a little story for y'all. Story time of my winter wonderland. So, if you don't know, I was born and raised in New York, and Brooklyn, New York at that. I was born in the summertime. I was born in June, and the end of June. And it was, to me, growing up, a very, interesting place. If you are not familiar with New York has 4 seasons: winter, summer, spring, and fall. And when I was growing up, I used to refer to our winters as winter wonderlands because when the snow fell, everything was white. It looked nice. It's like a clean slate almost. Just feels so pure, so nice. Just everything that you want at one time. The lights, the snow, and people to enjoy this with, right? And when I say people to enjoy it with, just the sense of you feeling not alone. And that is subjective because you could be in a city walking past millions of people and feel alone. But that's the gift and the curse that New York has on you. So I remember growing up, it was this one winter where we had damn near 12 feet of snow. The snow, it felt like 12 feet. They said we were getting 12 feet, and it must have been like 6 feet. Honestly, it must have been like 6 feet. So, 6 feet of snow. It was crazy, but being from the streets, we all got crazy. It was winter. It was I want to say it was Christmas Eve. So nothing hit like snow hitting on Christmas Eve, bro. If you're from a city that experiences snow. So the snow was high, and it was like the energy was high too. We were broke. Like there wasn't any type of expensive. My mom did the best that she could, you know what I mean? But it wasn't no type of super expensive gifts and shit like that. But the food was always busting, and the house was warm, and the decorations was up. You know what I mean? I remember my mom was tired so tired one year, the damn tree went up like 2 days before Christmas. Hey, Nick. Nice to meet you too. So, I just wanted to kind of express that kids when kids are growing, anything, just the holidays period is the meaningful thing, right? Us as adults, we may get wrapped up into the most expensive things and all this other stuff, but I mean, it's been a Christmas or two where I wasn't able to get my kids everything that they wanted. You know what I mean? And it just was a time. But I still tried to provide the best type of home feeling, like their favorite meal. I made sure that we got the lights and the decorations up. I make sure that They feel like it's Christmas time. Like they feel like it's holiday season. So I'm big on the holidays. Like it's not for my enjoyment. It's for my kids' enjoyment. It's for the people that I love enjoyment, right? So I'm a little more cheerier, a little more, extroverted. I like to, dibble dabble in not expectancy, but I like to dibble dabble in the ambiance of it all, right? I want my kids to experience snow. Like if I had it my way, I would take my kids to the Poconos.
In 1,000 feet, use the right lane to take the ramp to Punch and Run connector.
I would take my kids to the Poconos for the winter. Deck out the damn cabin, nice fireplace.
Use the right lane to take the ramp to Punch and Run connector.
Have their gifts at the damn cabin. You know what I mean? Like I would go
for
crazy.
2 miles.
I would go crazy if my money and my situation allowed me to do such a thing. You know what I mean? I would have a huge ass house and I would have trees in every corner. Like I would do the most, But when you function with what you have, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's your attitude. It's all about attitude, baby. So don't get mad if your kid's Christmas list is a little beyond your reach, or if you feel like you don't even know how you're gonna pull it together. Because at this point in time, I'm working so much, and I'm doing so much. I still don't know how I'm gonna put it. Like I'm blessed with kids that don't really ask for a lot, but it's me wanting to give them more than they expect because they're great kids. I have kids that don't give me big problems. Like my kids is not out in the streets. My kids is not being fast. Like my kids is being kids, and I'm thankful for that. They're getting good grades. They're partaking in their activities. They, my son loved life. You know what I mean? Like I'm very fortunate. I have amazing kids, and because I have amazing kids as well. Not even just because I have amazing kids, if they were terrible, I still would want to do. I would still want to do for them because they're my kids. But it's just the of them being great kids that makes me want to go above and beyond. And when I feel like
merge onto Delaware 1 North.
And when I feel like I can't go above and beyond, it makes me emotional. It makes me mad. It makes me disappointed. But I don't have anybody to listen. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to shift our attitude, because I'm big on that. We're going to shift our attitude. We're going to do what we're supposed to do.
Continue on Delaware 1 North for 24 miles.
And make it with what we got. Because whether it's a $5,000 tennis bracelet on my daughter's arm, or a dollar bracelet from Dollar Tree, she's gonna light up. She's gonna give me hugs and kisses, and she's gonna tell me I'm the best mom in the world. You know what I mean? And I'm blessed with that. My son is gonna just be his dapper, beautiful self, and give me the oh hey mom, that's dope. You know what I mean? They make me feel great, and I try to make them feel great. So this holiday season, I can't promise them snow. I can't promise them the activities that we used to do back in the day. But what I can promise them is that I'm gonna love them, and that home is gonna feel like home to them no matter where we are. I was at their taekwondo last night. I went a little live from the drive-in there. I was at their taekwondo last night, and I was speaking to another mother or whatnot, and she's a plant to Delaware as well. But she's from like Syria. Beautiful lady, really sweet. And she was saying how she moved around so much when she was little. But her and her husband are educated, and she actually is very she's very persistent and very big on education and how it opens, opportunities for your children. And it's true. It's true. My son is in the 10th grade.
In a quarter mile, merge onto Delaware 1 North.
My son is in the 10th grade. He gets good grades. My daughter is in the 8th grade. She gets great grades. One of her teachers is being a butt, so thank you. And he's not grading her correctly, but we're going to talk about that later. You remember when your son was like that? Hey, good morning, Flames. Yeah, I'm at the toll. I always got to pay a toll when I go to work. Thank you, sir. You enjoy your day. So, she was just telling me how they moved around so much, and it just made me think about how, sorry guys, it just made me think about how my kids and myself, when I was young, I used to move around a lot. You know what I mean? And I've, continued that habit. I didn't mean to, but you want to move for better opportunities, and I'm a risk taker. I'm like, I take
on
my
Delaware
chances.
1 North for 21 miles.
I take my chances. I feel like if you stay stagnant, or if you don't take a risk for something better, then you don't know what's going to happen. So I take a few risks. I decided to move from Brooklyn to the Bronx, and we were able to really flourish in the Bronx. You know what I mean? It just was things that was just coming together in that borough for me that wasn't coming together in Brooklyn for me. And my husband and I tried to buy my mother's house in Brooklyn, so we moved back to Brooklyn. And that move wasn't really conducive, even though it was for a good cause. Like it was a situation where it was really like I was ignoring the signs because I just wanted to get out of an apartment and give my kids a house. Like that was my main thing. That was our main thing, and we were just really just trying to make, how you say, squeeze blood out of a turnip. Like we were really, really forcing it. And it was being forced, and it was like it wasn't good. But as we stayed there, I still have love for the neighborhood because that's my mom's neighborhood, and I was there when my husband was locked up. So we were back and forth from that house. So my kids know the house, right? They have fond memories of that house, and that was a reason I wanted to buy the house as well. But like I said, it just was the sign, the writing was on the wall. We wound up not getting qualified for the loan for that house, and we took money from like everywhere that we worked from. So all my thrift savings, shit that I had saved up that I wasn't touching, well, I couldn't really touch at that time. For some reason, miraculously, I was able to touch it. Good morning, babies. I was able to touch it, and I took the money, and we bought a condo in Georgia, right? So after we bought the condo in Georgia, we owned it straight out, flat right, outright. Now the plan was, because as I was doing some research or whatnot, I was during the pandemic. So y'all know, we remember the pandemic, right? The pandemic made us hyper focus on shit that we wanted. And ownership was just so flipping important to me, and having my kids have their own homes and just really flourish, grow, and have that part of life I feel like they deserve. I was locked in. So I was researching Union City. It said Union City, all parts of actually of Georgia.
There's a stalled vehicle ahead.
Like Macon, I was thinking of Macon. I was thinking of a lot of different places in Georgia. And the caveat, I like that word, caveat. The caveat for me was that I have family that's in Douglasville, and along the ways in Union City, that it just would have been better. My grandma, my uncles, we were all like a half an hour away. So me settling on Union City and doing the research that it was a progressive community, like it was coming up. They had the fire department, the police station, they had just services as far as like advanced care, different things, and the population was growing. So these are things that you know, when you hyper focus. I looked at the school system, and what they were showing me was a great school system. And when I got there, you know, everything looks good on paper until you get there. And now I got property there. I can't just leave. What I can do is get from the property and find another property. And that was going to be the goal. Just to get one piece of property so that we can leverage it and have more property. Get to know Georgia, and then take the money and go to a part of Georgia that will be more conducive for the family. I was thinking Savannah. But we didn't get that far because of the inner turmoil that my husband and I had. So we come from crazy paths. And we have a crazy past, and we have a crazy present. So trying to one up my childhood kind of let me put on these rosy glasses to what was going on around me. And everything ain't, you know, what it seems to be. Not with me, with my surroundings. And I'm talking very abstractly, because I feel like, you know, it will be a time where I'll be able to go into more detail, because I don't want to speak death into anything in my life. I always want to speak life into it and be very supportive of even my past, right? Because if it wasn't for my past, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. Wouldn't have what I have. I wouldn't be doing what I do. I wouldn't, you know, have the beautiful children that I have. I wouldn't be able to make the friends that I make, have the relationships that I have, because I wouldn't have been able to learn how to operate in difficult situations. So I guess that's another lesson on a winter wonderland, right? Winter wonderlands to me, just kind of bringing everything together. The magic in what's around you, right? Even though you're not, I want to say, financially, you're not producing it. It's just what's around you, your attitude, what you see, how you feel. It's that wonder of it all, right? It's that magic of it all. And I feel like we have to just kind of find the magic, the love, the ambiance in the shit that we do every day. All right, we go to these little raggedy ass jobs. I don't know if everybody got a raggedy ass job. I got a raggedy ass job. We go to this little raggedy ass job. You know the shit raggedy. Go to this little raggedy ass job, and you find solace in the people, right? If you're a people person. If you don't find solace in the people, you find solace in the drive. See how I'm connecting with the people on my live, on my way to work, right? You can connect with the people at your job. You could connect with just the surroundings, just the ambiance, just where you are at life. Make it make sense for you, as far as like, don't be so hard on what your reality is right now if you're not agreeing with it. But we always can change it, and every step that we take, we're going to be the best that we can be, as long as you believe it and you move towards it. Another situation, if you don't know me, I'm a rapper, right? I've been making music, I've been battling, I've been writing for a very long time, right? Over 10 years. And the amount of projects that I have for the 10-year span that I've been into, into music, into battling, is not a lot to me. It's not a lot. To me, I feel like I would want more. But I wasn't in a situation. When I was in a situation to produce, I produced a lot. When I wasn't in a situation to produce, I produced very little. And at times, I've even stopped. Not stopped, slow down a lot. Where, if anything, I was just listening to music. I was just trying to be a part of it from the outside. And at one point, I did stop. I did stop music altogether, music and battling, for 4 to almost 5 years, right? That's when my husband came home from jail. And I poured everything I could into my family to do what I could possibly do. And I wasn't happy with not being able to express everything that I wanted to express. It made me sad. And what put the icing on the cake for me, that caveat, I like to talk about the caveat. What put the icing on the cake for me is that I could not feel like my whole self not rapping. And it's so crazy, right? Not being creative. It just made me feel so sad. And my husband said to me, you know what? Can't nobody stop me from doing what I want to do. And it was like a knife in my stomach. It was like, here I am. You told me that you don't want me to battle. You don't want me to do these things. And I literally put it on hold and stopped it just so we could, do what we wanted to do. Grow and so I said to myself, I will not ever in my life stop what it is that I want to do, because even though he hurt my feelings when he said that, he educated me. He let me know that nobody should be stopping me. Nobody should be coming in and saying, and stopping what it is that I want to do. And when I learned that lesson, I took off like a fucking rocket ship, bro. Like I took off like a fucking rocket. When I say a rocket, like I was able to get my first EP done, right? My first, and release it. Like, I've had mixtapes that I didn't release that I kind of had out there and I was gonna drop and didn't drop. I've had tons of shit like that. But the EP Sunkiss, I literally dropped it. And I was excited for it. Everybody was excited for it. And to me, you know, oh yeah, that was my aha moment. And it was during the pandemic. It was during the moving back and forth. Like it was a lot on my plate. And then what I realized is, you know what? There's never not a lot on someone's plate. You just have to just go through the motions and do what you got to do. I wish I could see this truck behind me. This truck behind me is doing 75. I'm doing 80. He is creeping up on me, something crazy. But yeah. Make your own winter wonderland, babies. Make your own winter wonderland. And nobody is going to stop you but you. You are the deciding fact. Only you and God are the deciding fact, because God is the only one that can stop you. He's the one that got the expiration on you. So when that date is up, that's the only time you can't do it. And who's to say when your date is up, there's not another way that you can do something else? We don't know what's beyond us. Right? So, yeah, babies. Why does this look so foreign to me? Like, I had never paid attention to this part right here. And I say that every time I drive over here. It's just like the trees, they're shedding their leaves. And we know that it's winter. But it's looking like fall because of the orange and the brown leaves. I like orange and brown. I like green. I guess I'm more of an earthy person, but I love white too, like all white situations. I feel like that's beautiful as well. And the last one is gold. So those are my colors. So I feel like I'm attracted to gold and green for aesthetics, like as far as I feel like those are wealth colors. You know, gold on anything is great. I feel like brown and orange is like transformation. It's like transformation colors, because you know how in the fall the trees
in 2 miles, take exit 136 toward Delaware 299 West.
You know how the trees are just falling, you know, recreating themselves. They're getting rid of all the old shit. And they are focusing on the new stuff. This car is going really fucking slow in front of me, for real. That is so crazy. Like, it's really going slow. Like, he stopped the whole vibe. He stopped my whole vibe. Bar for bar. Yo, y'all remember that Soulja Boy interview where he was like, Drake? He stole my whole flow. Word for word, bar for bar. Yo, Soulja Boy is hilarious. But yeah, baby.
In a half mile, take exit 136 toward Delaware 299 West.
Thank you, baby. So, yeah, baby. However you find your winter wonderland, I pray and wish.
Take exit 136.
I pray and I wish your magical place. You hold on to it and don't let nobody take it from you. All right, guys? Thanks for driving with me.
In a quarter mile, use the left lane to take the Delaware 299 West road.
Why are they so intrusive, right? Find your winter wonderland.